Hi, it's Alan from Crashtest Security. In this video, I will tell you how to protect your business by using a cybersecurity checklist. So let's get started. In light of some of the recent high-profile attacks, we wanted to share some basic cybersecurity tips for businesses of all sizes and provide a simple checklist so that you can audit your company's cybersecurity strategy. This is all standard practice for seasoned security experts. But as we have seen, even the biggest companies in the world can overlook the basics and get caught out. Sharing passwords. What's your strategy? Pinning passwords to Slack is not a good idea. Sending it in an email or private message is no better. Nothing beats old-fashioned verbalization or writing with a pen and paper that is destroyed afterward. In today's world, we can also use a password manager. Password managers. As hard as we try, most passwords are pretty easy to crack, which is why password managers are great for automating different complex passwords on each site you use. Password managers aren't perfect, but using one is a lot more secure than Password 1 or your mother's maiden name. Here is a good list of password managers to research. 2. Factor authentication. There are some downsides to two-factor authentication, as some high-profile hacks have been caused by 2FA manipulation. However, industry experts tend to agree it is better than simply using your password. Having a second layer of protection should stop most basic social engineering hacks. Microsoft believes it could contribute to stopping 99.99% of hacking attempts on their accounts. Regularly auditing employee access. Disgruntled former employees with access to your data are not a good combination. With so many access points, proper security audits must be done when someone leaves your organization. Think of social media platforms and other third-party software services with shared logins and ensure access is revoked. Locking idle computer screens. Your bathroom break could become a security crisis unless you take precautions and lock your screen. Mobile phones tend to have this built in, but the behavior doesn't always translate to laptops or desktops. Building a culture of security should start with locking your screen. And if you want to be extra safe, there are numerous ways you can automatically lock your screen when you go inactive. Here is how to do it for Windows. Phishing education. Phishing is obtaining data via fraudulent means, often by disguising oneself as a trustworthy partner. This attack is common in email, through duplicated sites or instant messaging. Educating your staff on phishing is essential, as human error is the #1 cause of severe attacks. Up-to-date firewall. Firewalls keep many bad stuff out and are a worthy investment for all business types. However, an outdated firewall is not of much use. Threats evolve constantly, and it's important to keep your firewalls updated with the latest version. Update your software too. On the topic of keeping things up to date, it's important that you continually ensure your software stack and operating systems are up to date with the latest versions. Companies continually release patches and bug fixes and publish resolved vulnerabilities. This is great unless you are using an old software version, then it is a roadmap for an attack. Create an incident response plan. The size of your organization will determine what kind of incident response plan is necessary, but every business should consider the worst and plan for it. By preparing contingencies, you can mitigate the damage caused by an attack. Here is a good guide for SMEs. Continuous security and vulnerability assessments. Continuous security is the practice of ongoing vulnerability assessments in your software and web applications. We have written about it at length here. By continually testing your website and/or web app, you will know your vulnerabilities before any hackers do. While it sounds intimidating, it doesn't have to be complicated. We've built our software to be extremely user-friendly, and you can set up a scan of your site within 2 minutes. To make sure that your data is secure, your network firewall is up to date with the latest patches and updates. There are no backdoors to your systems. Passwords are strong and change regularly. Backups are kept up to date. The staff know what to do if their computer gets infected. Data is encrypted where necessary. You only allow trusted devices onto your network. You follow best practices when using cloud storage services. You use two-factor authentication wherever. Cybersecurity tips for small business. 1. Have a plan before starting any new project. Make sure you know what you are going to do, how it will be done, who will do it, when it needs to be completed, and why it is important. This way, if something goes wrong, you won't waste time trying to figure things out. 2. Keep up with updates. Make sure your computer has the latest patches installed. If you don't know how to install them, ask someone who does. You should also keep your operating system updated regularly and use antivirus programs to scan files on your computer before opening them. 3. Be careful about clicking links. Don't click on unknown links in emails or web pages. Instead, type the URL into your browser's address bar. Also, avoid downloading attachments unless they come from people you trust. 4. Use strong passwords. Passwords shouldn't be easy to guess. They should contain at least 8 characters, include upper and lowercase letters, and should not be based on personal information like names, birthdays, addresses, etc. 5. Backup data. Backing up data is an essential part of keeping your business secure. There are many ways to back up data, including using cloud storage services, external hard drives, CDs, DVDs, tapes, or USB flash drives. 6. Encrypt sensitive data. When sending sensitive data over the internet, encrypt it first. This prevents anyone else from reading it while in transit. The most common encryption method used today is called SSL. Try Crashtest Security today to discover how it integrates into your development stack for efficient, automated vulnerability scanning. The trial is free. Also, subscribe to the Crashtest Security Channel to get more information about the most significant web security threats, their prevention, and how to use the Crashtest Security Suite. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.